Welcome back, baby dolls, to Crypto's Juiciest News. Bitcoin is underperforming Hex. Surprise, surprise. Bitcoin is around 65,600. It's around 66, 67K. It's beautiful. Green September. Hex is up 32% for the day. You heard that right. 32% for the day, my friends. We're going to have a look at this. I mean, check it out on the far right here. Literally 32% on the day. Boy, oh boy, do we have some nice juicy pumps coming our way. So for my juicy news, I've done a very, very special ode to Hexy. I mean, first place. I'm telling you now, friends, you have not heard this chair squeak yet, okay? Once we clear the actual zones we need to clear for Hex, we haven't even started yet. We literally haven't even started. Then things are truly going to explode. We have Ethereum still as a brown shoe, around 26, 2700. The ETH BTC ratio is still poopy. Remember, friends, just as a general gauge, the ETH BTC ratio, we need it to basically be up here to show that, okay, the rest of the market wants risk on. And what's up here mean? It means flip green on the weekly. So it's about 0.05 pretty much. So you would pretty much right now, you'd want to see Ethereum above $3,000 with Bitcoin's price today. If Ethereum was above 3K, it would give you the idea, oh, wow, people want to take on more risk now. And it's reflected in the biggest like core risk asset, which is Ethereum, right? So right now it's down here. That's why you're still seeing a lot of things slow down. But we can celebrate one win at a time, right? Because this monthly candle for September, friends, is the biggest monthly candle for September we've ever seen, literally in crypto history. It's been plus 12% green. And I really do mean that. I mean, you go back to the past, friends, September has always been red. I mean, this one was 7%. Even last year's, oh, look, last year's was just like a tiny plus 3%, but you know, that was considered a giant. We've had two green Septembers in a row. We have Septembers all the way here. This one was like barely surviving as well here, plus 6%. This is after a giant capitulations as well. So all the other Septembers are basically being trashed. I've just shown you the good ones. So what happens from now? Well, hopefully we get the Q4 median return of plus 55%, which would send Bitcoin by the end of the year to around, here we have here, around 105K, 100K, and then we can deal with everything from there. So, look, friends, I've been making, you know, a year and a half ago, I told you, everyone, look, we could have a dark prophecy. But remember, the dark prophecy, the odds have lowered. Why? It's because we did an enormous reset starting in March of this year. You remember when Hex, Pulse Chain, everything just dropped from March this year, friends? Okay, around March this year, everything topped out, and then everything drops like 80, 90%, all the altcoins, okay? So if we didn't top out, if we kept going up, if we had something like this, right? If we kept going up like this, and then up and up and up, and then and maybe Hex was like much higher, and like everything else, right? Everything else in crypto, okay, we've got a problem here. But we started resetting in March. I mean, it was all over in March. The Coinbase App Store ranking, it peaked in March. It hit like rank 34. And now it's back down to like rank 400. Okay, just to give you an idea of left translated dark prophecy stuff happening now. The spooky part is, here's the thing, friends. A lot of other things are occurring. We have a Donald Trump resurgence. We have this meme coin speculation part. But I'm not seeing this euphoria everywhere else. See, here's the thing. Now you really got to be a believer, because you might find people gambling in meme coins as euphoric, okay, but they're not touching layer 2 coins at all. They're not touching all the tech coins, okay? So which one's it going to be? Well, what it could be, 4-year cycles repeating, global liquidity cycle, and it could be that most market participants are mid-curvers, of course. That's how the definition of it, and they're wrong. They're wrong in terms of they think crypto has to add technology, okay? But actually, no. Crypto just has to add attention. Do you get it? There's a difference. If you add technology, you are maybe like adding DeFi, adding these different gaming or metaverse or any other creations, of course, and they're obviously a derivatives of attention as well, but you get the point, okay? You don't have to just add a full product of code or whatever, okay? You have to add attention units, which is a community, a cult, a culture being placed on, and that's what we're seeing happening in 2024. That's why everybody's confused, because they're seeing attention being given to speculation stuff. But no. It's basically new market participants getting excited about new memes, new ideas, new philosophies, and them being represented in just tickers on the internet, which is what we're trading in crypto. But For the rest of us, friends, right now, Hex steals the spotlight, rising 300% in just 20 days. My gosh. I mean, like, have a look at the chart again. This is a very, very nice reversal, friends. We're going to go through. We've got a lot of things to go through. So a lot of you, number one most important things, friends, you know, I mean, like everything else is just basically the same. Bitcoin dominance. You have others, BTC, still rotating around. Okay. So but before, friends, we're going to go through all this Hex and Pulse Chain stuff. We are nowhere even near dangerous levels where we have to be concerned. If we flip green on the weekly super trend, we might have 100 days until the end of alt season wave number one, but we are nowhere near that. We are nowhere near that, okay? We've got a while to go. And there's no guarantee it's going to, like, explode in 100 days, okay, and top out, all right? Now, Richard Hart, friends, has made a post here, and he talks about reflexivity. So he goes, people speak with certainty about things they don't understand. Richard Hart educates you, so he says, I'm just going to show you at the very, very, very end. Too long didn't read. People are underestimating price moves because they're not counting for reflexivity in things that's paired with other things that are paired with stable. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, word salad, word salad. Well, friends, you and I are on this journey together, okay? Don't you dare forget. This is a no friend left behind policy zone. Do you understand? By the way, as we see this, I mean, like, look at this reflexivity. Pulse Chain, Pika on Pulse Chain, friends, is up to 4.2 million market cap. Remember, 90% of it is burned. This isn't the full liquidity, by the way. So you have, this is absolutely bonkers. This is bonkers. We're finally leaving this zone. So this is what you want to see, friends. So any other coin, Land Wolf, it doesn't matter what they are, friends. They're all doing this chart, okay? They are all doing this chart, okay, before the pop-off. You see this, you have like months and months and months and months, like 5, 6, 7 months of the year. And then eventually, pop, you're just going to see these things exit these zones. So that's what you're all waiting for. Now, Richard Hart, friends, his post that I just showed you, in a short way of saying it, just think of your friend Tommy's slingshot leverage, okay? Slingshot leverage, okay? That's pretty much what it is. But he's talking more directly about the technicals of it. So how does it actually work dollar for dollar? And he just shows you how, if you have Hex and Pulse tied together, which is what they are, and then someone wants to buy Pulse, okay, what they have to do is they have to go through the Hex first to buy the Pulse. That's pretty much it. So what he's effectively saying is, like, if you have $1 million and you want to buy Pulse, well, you got to buy $1 million worth of Hex, and then you can get the Pulse out there from the liquidity pools, and they're all bonded together. Now here's the thing, friends. I know, look, when we see this, it's all slingshot leverage, but I'm just going to be completely honest with you, okay? We got to be careful because this is not a cheat code per se. Why? It's because you are assuming that every price witnessed by the participant is accepted. Okay, now that's a dangerous assumption. So basically what you believe in your mind, if you're like a turbo bull or turbo bear, okay? So a turbo bear works on the other way around. It's people who have, like, you know, $10,000 Ethereum targets, but they think Hex is not going to pump or Pulse Chain's not going to pump. That's everybody who hates the ecosystem, right? So I'm saying, look, if Ethereum gets to $9,500, that's literally $1 trillion worth of money, okay? And everything else is bonded with it. You're telling me no one's eventually going to find these liquidity routes, either technically or spiritually, through Pulse Chain, and everything else gets repriced? Like, you're retarded if you don't think that way, okay? But that's the bear side, okay? Now we're looking on the upside. On the upside, friends, when things disconnect with ratios, yes, technically, you could keep them there forever. What I'm going to do now is just show you, like, the ETH-BTC ratios. Well, this is obviously a very solid, this is a low volatility one to do it like here. So you can always assume, oh, if Bitcoin goes to, this is what people say, they go, if Bitcoin goes to 100K, then Ethereum could be like $4,000 here, okay, right here. But yes and no, because as the prices get discovered by one asset, you do have people manually clicking to revert the ratios because they're getting out. You do have that, all right? But luckily for us, one, it's bull market time, and two, it's all under the same umbrella. So the Pulse Chain ecosystem, okay, we have the core coins. You have Pulse, PulseX, EHEX, PHEX, Inc. So if the whole ecosystem is moving up, let's say Pulse is moving up, Hex is moving up, there's high odds the same people in there, they really don't want to be in the mood for getting rid of one to get into all the other, on average, okay? You're betting on the same community. Do you get it? You're betting on the same community. So it's unlikely Pulse go very unlikely. I'm talking like negative 1% chance. Pulse, the SPI is going to do a 20x, and then everything else doesn't move. Okay, literally nearly impossible. Okay, but now technically, what could happen is Pulse goes up 20x, and every time it goes up, people can be selling out of their Hex, Inc, and PulseX to buy it to Pulse. It could technically happen, but it doesn't actually happen, right? Because it's under one umbrella. It would be like, friends, the exact same example is in Bitcoin dominance. So whenever you see Richard talking about this reflexivity and stuff, I want you to think about the Bitcoin dominance, okay, whenever you hear that. So that's Bitcoin dominance, friends. So remember, Ethereum and everything else, they're all bonded together. So just to keep it simple, it's very, look, it's technically, friends, it is possible for Bitcoin to go to $200,000, right? Bitcoin rises up, and every $1,000 increment it goes up, people are selling altcoins to buy the Bitcoin as they all get dragged up by the liquidity bonding. You see? So if Bitcoin moves up like, 5%, Ethereum moves up 5%, which drags all altcoins. Yes, theoretically and technically, it is possible that people are manually getting out. They manually sell out of the altcoins. They go buy Bitcoin. It's very, very possible to do that. Okay. But what we've seen is when the SPI goes up, everything else is reflexive. Okay. So this is amazing as well because Richard's bonded everything. He went out of his way to bond it. In Bitcoin, friends, we don't have, see this Bitcoin dominance, just shows you, okay, Bitcoin doesn't have any direct bonding with, say, Hex. It doesn't have any direct bonding. But what it does have is Bitcoin's bonded to ETH. ETH is bonded to Pulse. Pulse is bonded to Hex. You see that trail down that line. So yeah, technically you could be getting out of increment, but they don't, okay? Until we get to the extremes, okay? Until we get to these extremes of the Bitcoin dominance, hopefully we go down all the way down here. So down here, friends, what we're probably going to be seeing is, see how I just showed you, see Richard's like essay about basically how it's all working and stuff. You will probably see people hyper quote them. Just, they'll keep quoting. They'll say, we can't go down because of the bonding, because of this, because of that. No. You got to remember that the bonding works both ways, okay? Everything is slingshot. That's why I just call it the term. I made the term up slingshot leverage. Originally, I was calling it leverage, but remember, there's leverage everywhere, right? So leverages are borrowing other people's money. No. It's reflexive leverage, okay? That's another way to put it as well. So in a nutshell, right, you can see it here. I've written it here. Summary, right? Summary. It's very possible 170,000 Ethereum can drag all the core coins up in a huge rate. So here, basically, friends, now you get to see why I always just telling you, I've been telling you forever, right? So if Pulse does 20x, right, you can see Hex do anywhere from today from 10 to like 40, okay? And then the altcoins on Pulse Chain, remember how Pulse Chain did a 20 and Hex it does between 10 and 40? Okay, well, the altcoins have even more variability. They can go down like 100% if they just rug. They can do only a 2x, but they can do up to like 500x. You see that variability? Now, as you go along the risk curve, you get higher variability, higher swings, okay? You have higher different range of outcomes. For example, you're looking at, say, Dick with Bart and Pika and PDI and stuff. You're looking at the stronger ones there. But there are like, there's many that rugged. There's many that rugged to zero. So that's why I just use the term lottery tickets. But Pulse Chain as a whole ecosystem is a blue ocean area. So if you're throwing lottery tickets in Pulse Chain, you got to think about this, friends, this reflexive leverage you get. When Bitcoin goes up, you have Ethereum shooting up. You have PLS shooting up. You have Hex shooting up. You have like triple leverage everywhere. And then you have the leverage on Hex, ICOSA. And then you have everything else as leverage on PLS. So you're getting leverage on leverage on leverage. And that, my friends, is how you get your 100x, your 200x. That's how you can find stuff out here. But it's rare for you. You're not going to get these things on Ethereum. You can't. Because why? You have to be either in the cabal, in the first, like, literally minutes of them launching or first hour. You have to know about this stuff. Because if you don't, it's going to be really tough. Why? There's too many eyeballs on Ethereum and Solana. Their meme coins, they don't give you meme coins for like 5 million market cap, man. They don't give you a meme coin for 400k market cap. They don't let you in at $1 million in these other coins. If you go look at a lot of the things on Ethereum and Solana, they're like 20 million, 40 million, 80 million. You see? They are like 20 times bigger already. Why? Because there's like 20 times more eyeballs. Now you see why Pulse Chain is big opportunity, because you get to buy. It's kind of like if an Ethereum altcoin just sat at like 3 million market cap for 2 years and then it finally shot up to its 100x. See, but they don't do that now. That 3 million meme coin or altcoin on Ethereum, it doesn't sit at 3 million. It sits at 30. It's literally 10 to 20x higher just because it's on Ethereum, because there's so many eyeballs. It's a red ocean area, same as Solana. Now, it doesn't mean you avoid everything there, but I'm just showing you it's harder to find opportunity there. So, I mean, like, I'll talk about Landwolf, right? 615 Landwolf. That's just one of the opportunities. But you got to remember, friends, something like 615 Landwolf, okay, it's battling a lot of things as well, isn't it? Okay, so just to give you an idea, but this is, I'm here 18 hours a day, man. How the hell is anybody else trying to find blue ocean stuff, like little clear water stuff with all the sharks infested in Ethereum? It is tough. You see, there's a difference. So in a nutshell, friends, I put it eloquently right here for you. Summary of Richard Hart's post. If Pulse goes up 20x, the other core coins could go up 40x. Okay, so if Pulse does 20, PulseX could do 40, right? Inc could do 40 as well. So what I'm going to do now, friends, is obviously we've been waiting 3.5 years for this, and I'm going to have to show you these on the chart. So I'll bring it up now. And what I'm going to do now is play some nice, juicy pump music. So this is Pulse, right? If Pulse did a 20x, friends, so we go all the way up here. Let's say it does a 20x from today. It hits, let's say 10x day one sack, okay? What could PulseX do? Now, what I'm going to do now is show you the ratio. So if Pulse is up that much, friends, this ratio could be up to 1, okay? PulseX to Pulse. So what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that your PulseX USD price went up 40x, pretty much, okay? So what I'm going to do now is just show you where would 40x bring everything. It brings it to 10x day one sack as well. So maybe that's a target. Maybe Pulse hits 10x day one sack and PulseX hits 10x day one sack, okay? Now, what about Hex doing a 40x from today? Now, remember, the Hex PLS ratio, I want to show you now, friends, it has already rocketed. So I know this looks like, oh, super, super strong. Like, it's possible this is a stopping zone. And then as Pulse recovers up, it comes back and it mean reverts. It is possible out here. But what I'm going to do is show you the ranges anyway, because it is also possible it flags here and then it doubles again. That's possible, okay? So what I'm going to do now is just show you what would a 40x... So I'm going to show you the range now. So if Pulse Chain does 20, right, 20 from here, what could PLS do, right? Well, let's check this out. PLS, it could do anywhere from a 10, okay? That's a 10x, or it could do like a 40, which is all the way up here to 60 cents, okay? So you see that? So once again, I'll show you 10x from here, 16 cents to 60 cents. Now remember, 16 cents, the low one actually, because we've been waiting for so long for just to draw these green candles, right? So to draw these candles, 16 cents here would be underperforming, and then 60 cents would be overperforming. You see this box up here? That's the box. That's the range, okay? So the lower end is weak, the upper end is strong. Now, this is the most important thing. Remember I told you Pulse Chain, Blue Ocean, Deep Value, Contrarian, Strongest Cult, Strongest Religion. You see that? Those are your advantages. Because, look what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, if P-Hex becomes Poop Hex again on the ratio, you only make a 10x from here. Can you believe that? You only make a 10x from today. It just went 4x in 20 days. So that means it only did a 40 from the bottom. Just think about how that sounds, okay? You only got a 10x from today. Oh, what a failure. Do you see that? You see the power of these? That's why if you're in Deep Value Contrarian, yes, you got to wait forever. Yes, it's painful. I understand. Yes, you don't have steel balls or steel ovaries anymore. You got little sultanas in there, okay? You're dry and withered. So I understand that's the pain. But when it turns around, if you end up hitting it, friends, this is your one home run. Look at this freaking zone, man. Look at this freaking zone. Like, if you just go, look at this. That means if Hex hits, look, I'm going to do the failure number. If Hex hits a 16 cents, which everyone says it's a failure, bro, you're up 45 times from the bottom. Okay, what if it just keeps in line with PLS? If it goes just up here, dude, you're up 90x from the low. 90x. Like, think about this, friends. If you have Hex at 1 cent, let's say you were able to buy, let's say your average price is 1 cent, man. Friends, from 1 cent to 30 cents, that's 30x, okay? If you just had 6 months of living expenses put into Hex, which a lot of people do, okay, 6 months. So they need $30,000 a year to live. Okay, they've got $15,000 in Hex, okay? Bro, if you got the 30x, you have now made 15 years of living expenses. You've made that for yourself. You've literally made that. You don't have to work anymore. Okay, you're literally done. You can just live off the yield pretty much at that point. You see what I mean? See the power? You just got to get one home run. One. Well, just one. But the only people who make it are those who believe. You understand? Only people who make it are those who believe. You can't sit here and be like everyone else, which I'm going to show you right now, friends. Shout out to all my new subscribers, which I'm going to talk about right now. Just to show you, friends, all these things are working. And yes, by the way, I almost forgot, okay? If this happens as well, let's go through the other coins. Everyone wants to see the exact prices. This is EHEX as well, okay? So EHEX, okay, if we just change it to this weekly chart, just so you can see. If EHEX does, here's the proper chart, right? So if EHEX, friends, does, like, if it does the 20x just to match PLS, you're back to 5 cents, man. You're back to 5 cents. And look, it could just go back to 15 up here. Look, okay, even if you're garbage, 10 cents. You're only up 3 cents. Like, you see a 10x, that's 10x. Okay? You see these big advantages, okay? But if you're in Bitcoin, friends, if you're in Bitcoin and you're buying in at 65K, 66K, okay, if it hits 120, it's a failure, right? Yeah, that's less than a 2x, man. That's literally less than a 2x. And Ethereum, same thing. Now, I'm going to show you Ink, friends. We have a lot of Ink lovers as well. I love Ink as well. So if you have Ink, right, where would, like, just a 20x take Ink? $54. What if Ink acts as leverage like everything else and it does, you know, like that 40, there's $100. So you can actually see this on the Ink PLS ratio, right? Because the bonding is so tight, it's going sideways. Now, it is possible that the Ink slides down over time. It is possible. However, if it just acts like leverage and people just want it more in a bull market, which normally they do, friends, if this thing goes up here, okay, that's 3 to 1. That means whatever Pulse does, you got a triple, right? So if Pulse does a 20, you got 60 in Ink incentive token. So I'll just show you what would a 60x in incentive token do and take you all the way. 60x will take you to, here you go, $155. So all of this is only possible because of the SPI, okay? So PLS rising, but of course, because they're all bonded together. But also, friends, you saw it. You learned, right? We all learned, okay? It only works if you can keep adding more new people in the bear market, okay? Otherwise, the slingshot leverage on the way up also gets you on the way down. But we're through that part now, you see? So that's ultimately what we've come to the conclusion of. It's not like a super secret cheat code. It's leverage, but it's the best kind of leverage because it can't force you out. You see? It can't force you out. Whether Pulse is slow or PulseX is slow or Ink is moving around, it can't actually force you to click out your coins, okay? You're just waiting for the cycle to move on. And that's why when you look at the core coins, the list today, check these out, friends. Check this out. So all these coins are obviously pumping right here, right? So you can see them here, 10%, 10%, 9%, 30%, 8% up here. You're obviously waiting for these top gains. Look, Pen, Pineapple Pen, Orange Man Good, Banana Republic. So all of these. I'm just going to show you as well, Orange Man Good, okay? OMG, Orange Man Good. You see this, friends? Still in that zone. Look, it starts shooting up. It starts shooting up. So look, when it comes to this bonding and stuff, remember there is the technical bonding. So you're actually financially bonded on the chain, right, with the DEXs. But also there's spiritual. Okay, so what I've actually will tell you now, the spiritual, cyclical, seasonal bonding, it's actually the most powerful. So we learned that right from the last bear market. Even if Richard removed all the bonding pairs and he only made our ecosystem bonded to USDC, okay, a stable coin, people will sell our coins down. They will still sell them. And I watched them do that when Hex was dropping in May 2022. I watched every 1 to 4 hour candle of Bitcoin drop and I watched people sell Hex and I was like in shock. That like the people manually were going to MetaMask and like clicking sell. And then I was like, oh, well, so here's the thing. But I knew, friends, I had vengeance. I had blood in my eyes. right? Because like, so, vengeance, friends. Blood. I could feel, taste blood. I knew one day the bull market would come, and I knew everyone was going to be in disbelief, but it was going to happen the other way. So even if there was no bonding with Bitcoin, right, we're going to see Bitcoin hit a critical area, maybe 100K, maybe 90K. It's just going to hit this zone where it stops. You don't know where it's going to stop. But then with every candle tick up, people are just going to be buying the heck out of every altcoin again, like smashing it up. And the beautiful part is, friends, we haven't even started the real party. This is like Orange Man Good moving. And there's just plenty more opportunities. Well, this is na. Look at this, friends. Look at this na doing the rounded bottom up here. Remember, you want to check it out. I think this is na cream, but you can look at na pulse rate. See this, friends? Na shooting up. It's at 700K market cap. Remember, I provide these opportunities because, man, it's blue ocean. It's blue ocean, friends. We know everyone in Pulse Chain. We know each other. You know, friends, you know in Solana and Ethereum, you know what the biggest disadvantage is? You don't know who the truck these people are. There's a new avatar, a new cabal, a new group, a new coin. Oh, now half of them moved to Tron to suck off Justin for like 3 days and they come back. You don't know who the hell they are, dude. They're faceless avatar, just scum. Okay, you don't know who the hell they are. They're just the unknown, man. Some of them are nice, right? A lot of them can be sharks, but in Pulse Chain, we know who everyone is. They have names, okay? They have names, and guess what? Everyone's been here through trial by fire. So Hex drops 99%, they're still here. They're still here. They're literally still here, okay? You can't ask for a better setup. We're not going to get this ever again in our lives, okay? We will not get this setup again for the rest of our lives. You are not going to see another cult in the rest of crypto drop down 99%, okay, and be able to do this. Do you want to know why? Because the rest of the world's going to learn from Hex and Pulse Chain as a cult, as a religion, right? Crypto religion. It's going to learn not to sell them down 99% in the first place. It's going to learn that, okay? Just like with Bitcoin. Just like with Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped 94%, and then 85%, and then 85 again, and then the last bear market was 77. Okay, you're not going to get a 95% drop in Bitcoin again, okay? It's going to stop at 70, 77, because people learned. They don't want to give it away that cheap. Do you understand? Now, I just want to give you more FOMO, friends, which obviously I love doing as well. Look at this. Shout out to Jojo. Look what Jojo said. Today at work, my boss said that he enjoys making money in crypto even more than practicing dentistry. I keep catching him checking his portfolio and he can't stop smiling. Friends, I'm telling you now, man. The biggest, most addictive hit of your life is a dopamine hit from watching your number go up, okay? No amount of drug out there can even compare to this. You want to know why? Because this dopamine hit, what we've seen in crypto, it doesn't last a day, okay? You don't fry your brain in a day, okay? This thing gets people in for months and months and months. Go find me a drug that gives you a dopamine hit every single day for 3 months, okay, and actually can like accelerate. You can't get that. In markets, friends, it's like it's the most addictive drug of all time, okay? This green candle stuff coming up, people they're watching their net worth go up, okay? Remember, I made videos on this a year and a half ago. Why? Why is it a dopamine hit? It's because they've allocated labor units that they work for. They've allocated labor units into something, and now it's growing like a tree, and they're amazed that there's an invisible hand here that's telling them, you know, your labor units, you invested, say, 1 week of labor units. Well, now it's worth 5 weeks. Now it's worth 3 months, and they start imagining. Okay, speculation in the mind, friends, that's literally pretty much, that's the biggest dopamine hit of all, okay? That's literally the biggest dopamine hit of all. Why? Because you never reach it. You never hit the climax. You never hit that final climax. With the drugs, friends, with the drugs, your dopamine in your brain spike, and then basically the drug wears off. It's pretty much game over. But in markets, you never hit it. You literally never get there. Now, welcome to all my new subscribers, friends. This is actually amazing. Look at this. My subscriber count has been rising again. Look at this, okay? So my subscribers on YouTube, only after Hex has gone up, okay? So this is actually shocking to me. Look at this. Look at the Hex bubble, friends. Look at the Hex bubble, pop, all right? So 217% crypto bubbles. Shout out to also Banter Bubbles as well. They have it as PHEX. Now, there's also, it's pronounced FEX on there, right? So most people only click subscribe after these big fat giant green candles, after, okay? And just think about this from my perspective, friends. That's why I'm not doing this to gain subs, okay? I am literally, how many videos, right, friends? I am literally, I don't know what the hell I'm made of sometimes. Okay, look at this. 3,700 videos, okay, all of them in a bear market, just telling you things are cheap, things still the same, everything's still cool, over and over and over and over and over again, okay? That's training for the moment. And then literally Okay, friends, I don't even do anything special. I just report this coin went up 100%. That's all I do. I lick my finger, tastes like Doritos, and then I point to the chart and I go, oh, the coin I made a video about went up 100%. That's all I do. And then everything just starts ratcheting up. Bang, 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 bang. See? You see? Now, all these other dopamine dealer engagement farmers, what they do is, friends, they name, I'm not going to name them, but every single person in the industry does this, okay, in crypto. They'll name like 20 coins, and then one of them like, oh, SUI's going up, SUI, and then they point to it, and they go, oh, I told you, SUI, and then they try to grab all the SUI followers. Oh, Cardano's up 12% today. I told you, Cardano, and then they try to grab all their followers. And then XRP, and then this, and then that's what they do. Try to go to the bigger market cap coins. That's how they actually try to engagement farm. But here's the thing, friends. I don't do that. Why? Because I'm not here to be collecting subscribers, followers, whatever the hell. Okay, friends, you don't win like that. Okay, you know what wins? Buying the most hated coin or coins or undiscovered. That's how you win. Okay, buying when there's like, you know, one person likes it, waiting until maybe 10 people kind of like it, trying to get to 1,000, trying to get to 1,000,000. That's how you win. Okay, not trying to get subscribers or trying to get people, because when people follow after these things go up, they're looking for the next hit. That's what they are. And that's okay. That's how you find people, right? But these other influencers, friends in crypto, they are optimizing for that. Okay, so they're not here doing the hard work. They all disappeared, bro. Where were yous when Hex was down 99%? Okay, I was literally calling it a Ponzi scam while we were buying. This is why, okay, this is why they will get very, very upset if they see Hex do some very naughty things to the upside. Okay, they're gonna get. I can't even exaggerate how pissed off people are gonna be, who are haters of Richard Heart and everything, if they see this thing actually go up. Because friends, they literally had 3,000 videos here, bro. You literally have 3,000 videos out here. They all know me. They all follow me, friends. I'm watching other influencers out there. They're starting to say dollars, for example. They're starting to like, they're all watching me. They're all watching me, okay? But only after this thing goes up, they're finally going to admit that they were wrong. And this is the best part, friends. This is the best part, okay? The best part is the pulse chain dilution effect, okay? Pretty soon, it's going to be 2 years behind us. You know how amazing that is? Let me tell you why is that amazing. PLS is only 835 million market cap, all right? So when the rest of the market enters in 2025, and they're looking at Pulse Chain, and they're looking at me dressed up like a national, and they're looking at Matty Allen's Hex and Pulse Chain conference, okay? And they're looking at Dr. Hexologist giving everyone a prostate exam, you see? And they're looking at 170 content creators, 72 streamers, okay? And they're looking at David Feeder's beard and Alex Magic, and they're seeing everyone out here. They'll be looking at it like saying, how the hell is this thing 800 million market cap? This is the easiest buy of a lifetime. We're like, yes. And what they're going to do is they're going to start to price Pulse Chain next to another cult above it, friends. Have you heard of Cardano, for example? I'm going to show you now up here. If we go to Cardano, friends, Cardano, the Charles Hoskinson coin, is 14 billion market cap. So it's about 16x. 16x for, I think it is, 16 times 8. Yeah, around 16 to 18x deviation from here for PLS ecosystem. Okay, so once people start to see it like that, and by the way, it's not just us guessing, the daily users are similar as well. So exactly 4 years ago, September 2020, Cardano had 11,000 daily active users on the chain. And then in the bull market, it did a 100x price pump because it got 10x the user base. Okay. Today, Pulse Chain has 11,000 daily active users. Literally exactly the same. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Literally exactly the same. Charles Hoskinson is like Richard Heart. Okay. Pulse Chain, cycle 1 coin. Cardano, cycle 3 coin. It's older, more mature. All right. So these similarities, they're just like, and by the way, that's the flip Cardano today. What if Cardano, friends, what if Cardano is up like Cardano goes up to 60 billion in the next 6 months? Well, now you're looking at literally an 80x deviation for Pulse Chain. By the way, you don't even need it to flip, friends. You don't even need it to flip. Just get halfway. That's enormous. Okay. You know, if Cardano, friends, by the way, if Cardano goes back to its all-time high around $3-4, okay. So I'm gonna do that. That's like it'd be 120 billion market cap. So Pulse Chain, okay, to get there, to get to halfway its size, halfway, Cardano 75x. Pulse. And I just gave you a 10-minute explanation of how everything else is leverage on Pulse. So it's just, everything's just saying, look, we're either all going to jail or it's all going up like 50x. Everything's going up. Okay? Now, for 3 years, we thought it was a jail part, but actually it's all coming around now. All right, now, baby dolls, after all of this, this is what's happening on the weekend. We have Richard Hart's court date, October 31st, okay? There's going to be a strong showing. People are going to rock up. And obviously the corrupt SEC probably told the judge, hey, move the date, move it to Halloween to obviously to try intimidate the Hexagons. I'm thinking, bro, wrong cult to try that on. Now, on the topic of that court date, friends, in Pulse Chain community, we saw, okay, some 2011 Bitcoin wallets move some BTC. So wallets that were mining Bitcoin in 2011, okay, which is suspected Richard Hart time, okay, they moved some Bitcoin suspiciously in the past few months. And every time they do that, people pop the hexagons and pulsicons going, Richard Hart, Richard Hart, Richard Hart underneath. It's kind of funny just to show, man, like the coin's down 99% and you're the first ones they see replying on them. Where's the other cult communities? They're not out there, okay? So it could be him. It could be him. Now, we don't know, but it could be him, friends. It literally could be him. You see? The coin starts pumping and then he writes an essay about the leverage and stuff. So it could be him. And I would do it, right? Why wouldn't you do it? I mean, it's literally 1 month before the court date and you start moving it up week into week into week into week after that. And that's beautiful to see, right? Just to show you that this would flip sentiment straight away. It's flip sentiment out here. And people are also wondering, okay, what do you do after this? I'm going to make another video. What do you do after this? What do you do? First, you do nothing. But secondly, this is where you look at the other stuff not moving and you accumulate them. Okay, but for how long are they going to be not moving? Because October's right around the corner. Okay, so you know you have Hex up 230%, friends. I'm just letting you know you're not going to have time. You know, eHex, Pulse, PulseX, Inc. You're not going to have much time. Now it's going to feel like forever. You're not going to have much time because my subscribers are going up, more eyeballs, more engagement. Everybody who left is coming back straight away. They say, "Oh wow, it's moving up," and what they start doing is they start throwing money in everywhere. Okay, straight away. So if you wait after these people, you end up getting poopy prices. Okay, so you want to start basically getting in now, like literally immediately before they wake up. Okay, so but you're already in. Most of you are already in. So now all you got to do is wait. And we have the October 31st court date. So I guess we'll see, of course, how that goes. But just to temper expectations, friends, it is very, very possible, all right? It's very possible that it's a buy the rumor, sell the news on the court date, which is okay. But like, how high is the rumor price going to go? It could be buy the rumor, sell the news. We could go back and hit 5 cents, which is the launch price of Hex, and then it comes back down. That could happen as well. What price would that be at? If it would be like 5 cents, come back down 60, 70%. That's very possible, man. It's very possible it does something like that. I also want to tell you, most importantly of all, so it could be buy the rumor, sell the news. You're here for long term anyway, okay? The thing, like, talk to me about danger when Hex is like 20 cents. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now you're near 50% of the all-time high from 2021. Now we can start to talk about theories and stuff. But at this joke prices, it should be shooting up 600% more from here, and it's still cheap after that move. The court result is most likely not coming this year. So I've watched multiple streamers. Shout out to everybody in Pulse, Pulse Chain, Hex, Mr. Nuclear Herbs. Sir, I have many nuclears and many herbs for you here. Most likely the result won't come out until next year. So January, February, 60 to 90 days after. But look, man, friends, I'll tell you right now, man. We don't even need a good result. I know you think you do, but we don't actually need a good result, okay? We need Ethereum as our good result. I'm just telling you now. We need ETH above $5,000. That's what we actually, you want to see what we need? Yeah, we need that. So if you ask me, if I could pick a good court result, but ETH stays under $5,000, one world, or a bad court result, But ETH is like, you know, $10,000. I would pick the bad court result. I would pick Richard paying the fine and them gagging him for a year or whatever, or them trying to gag him. I'm not joking. I would actually pick that. Okay, now we don't have to pick that, but I would actually pick that. Just give us $10,000 ETH. I promise you now, you give them the $10,000 ETH, it'll do all the talking. Okay, people will speculate. The ecosystem's growing. The ecosystem's big, friends. We've already known from Ethereum and Solana and everything else. All these subculture cults and all these things taking over and moving all these things, that's what's actually getting retailer attention, okay? But, of course, what's going to happen if we get a $10,000 ETH and he gets a good court result? Maybe that's our 100x impulse from here today. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. Don't forget he loves you. See you on the moon, friends. Catch you soon.